Hello, I am Joe Blevins, and we bought this shoot-off stock for my son Sam, and wanted to give a review of what I thought of it. In my opinion, I'm always full of opinions, and let you know what I thought about it in case you were looking for a shoot-off stock or mechanical stock in general, because a lot of them do a lot of the same things. There are a few things about this stock that I particularly liked. Before I get too far, I want to give a big thanks to Dave Center, U.S. distributor, Shoot-Off Stocks, and Pierre Butin from France. His Shoot-Off Stocks in France, and they worked together to get me this stock for Sam in record time, and I really appreciate it. Sam is home from Hillsdale College for his fall break, and they got this stock in time so I could set him up and get him all ready to go back. So that is fantastic. We got the stock on Friday. Today is Sunday. And on Friday, it took about an hour in the kitchen getting this thing all worked out for fitting him in a general sense. And then we went out on Friday to the range and probably got the wrench out about another 5 times to get it really dialed in. And by the end of the day, he was shooting 5 stand targets, low gun. And if you can shoot 5 stand low gun, your stock fits you pretty well. So, I am not sponsored. We're not sponsored. This is just my opinion. I wanted to take the time to let people know for their benefit, and as a thanks for Dave and Pierre for getting me this really fast. It was pretty amazing. Anyway, mechanical stocks in general, I just want to say, I'm a coach. I've coached Sam since he was 9. I've had youth teams that I've coached. I've always got an opinion, if you want it kind of thing. I'm one of those guys. But anyway, I do want to say, for your benefit, that if you're looking for a mechanical stock to fix anything that you think is wrong other than your gun fit, then don't buy it. The mechanical stock will just, you're probably pretty good with what you have, my guess, unless you have no, if you're really new and have no concept of gun fit yet, then you're probably not really consistent enough with your mount yet. This may not be for you, mechanical stock in general. And, it's equipment. You put in the work, you take the time, you spend the time on the practice range and learn more about shooting, and you're going to get better. This is just one of those things. A mechanical stock is one of those things that you can use to really, really tweak your gun fit so it is perfect. And if it's not perfect, you can make it perfect. And I also want to say that you do not want to be one of those guys that adjusts your stock every time you go out. Sam's last stock was a mechanical stock as well, and I think we hadn't adjusted it for like 8 months. I, as his coach, his coach before he went to college, I would check his alignment, his sight picture, basically. I don't know, about once a month, maybe. And most of the time we had no adjustment. And if we did, it was usually a comb adjustment because he had maybe gained or lost weight or something like that. Don't be one of those guys that always has your wrench in the back pocket because you think it's not you, it's the gun. It's probably you. All right, so there's my disclaimer about not pushing mechanical stocks on everybody. But one of the things I do want to say real fast is that when you go to college, if you choose to go to college, they're going to want you to shoot everything. Sam shoots international, Olympic bunker, whichever way you want to refer to it, but international trap, and as his primary. But he also shoots everything else very well, or very, very good as well. But if you're going to go to college, you do want to make sure you have a really good gun fit because they're going to expect you to shoot everything. And most of them will, at least most college coaches will. And do your best. You might have one that you're really, really good at and others that you're not quite so good at. but you should try to be as good as you can at everything you can. On that note, I am also the admin of the Facebook College Shooting Sports Team page. It's a page. It's perfect. Yeah, absolutely free. It's a the focus of the page is a spreadsheet that I created that you can download, and it has all the information, all the contact stuff for the college shooting sports teams, or colleges that have shooting sports teams that are shotgun teams, and take a look at it and go call a coach, see if you want to go to college, and talk to them and get that ball rolling, as it were. If I did not mention it before, Dave Center can also be found on Facebook. I didn't have anything that I thought was appropriate to post for the world to see as far as contact information. So, look him up on Facebook. So, the shoot-off stock, two things, and probably more than that, but two things to start off with that I really liked about the shoot-off stock that I have not seen in the other stocks was, one, the split butt pad. I found that this really conforms to Sam's shoulder well. They're both fully adjustable independently, right? So you can set up anything you want. If you look at the top, I don't know how well you can see it. Let me get into a camera here. If you can see it well enough, the top pad is basically in line with the butt plate, okay? And this one is angled out. I'm exaggerating so you can see it. It's angled out instead of in line with the butt plate. And obviously they're angled this way. They're fully adjustable, which I'll show you in a minute. Really like that feature. The other one that I had not seen in the other mechanical stock we had, or any other that I've noticed, is you can adjust on the comb, and I'll get back to that adjustment I just did in a minute. On the comb, you can adjust the angle of the comb. Let me put this back on, okay. Go like this, and you can adjust so it goes like this, either in or out, towards your face or away from your face. Sam found that he actually likes the top of the comb, the knife edge, if you want to say that, to his cheek, as opposed to putting his cheek on the flatter surface with more surface area. Might change his mind on that. It's the first time he's really looked into that, but that's what he found, and it is really good that he's able to have that option. You can see the different adjustments. So I'm going to put this back, which I'll show you is very easy. So there's the line, right? And there's one on the other side. My thumb's covering it, but just tighten. And over here, wrong one. Down here, tighten. All set. Nice and snug, right? So that was, and this particular pad or comb, is padded. It's the first time we've gotten a padded comb for Sam, but so far he seems to like it. It's good. All the others have been wood, or at least solid, hard surface. One of the things I also really liked was, if you notice here, the adjustment for tightening. I got to get in there, okay. So the adjustment is with a big surface. So you're clamping. See how the little block is coming in and out? It clamps to here, okay? So you have a very big surface area holding it in place, for one, and two, you're not marring anything. So this is the old stock, and I'm going to cover the name, and I'm sure some of you will recognize it. But if you look right here, there's marring on that. That's where it was over tightened. Now, my disclaimer for myself is I bought this used, and most of this was already here, but I'm sure I've added a mark or two, because you get to the point where, hey, I want to make sure it goes in that spot, and I want to make sure it doesn't move, and yeah, over tighten it a little bit. And you get all these marks, and I put my thumb over, and you could feel the ridges. And the problem with that is, I have had times where I wanted just a little movement on the adjustment, and I can't get it because there's a rut or a groove that's been put in there by that set screw. And there are no set screws here on this. None of the adjustments are set screws. You know, you're pushing into a post with the end of a bolt. Okay, these are all clamps. So if I put this in here, do I have that loose enough? I do not. Hold on. So I'm going to loosen that back up. I'm going to slide this over here. Okay, and I could tighten it back up. But what I want to show you is I have done this quite a few times, and you can see there is no marring. I mean, there's some marks where, you know, something touched it, but it's not like grooves. It hasn't affected my ability to adjust. And I'll put this on in a minute, back on in a minute. I want to show you this while I have it apart. So the other adjustments you have in here is you can move your comb forward and back, okay? And by the way, I adjusted this. I know where everything goes. I'm putting it right back so Sam doesn't yell at me when he goes to shoot it. But there you go. So these are back. Again, there's a piece on the bottom. We're pulling a piece up to clamp it there. That's not a set screw. And then you got these guys for your offset of your comb. But you could also, you know, change the angle. Now, we don't do this. But if you're one of those people that likes your stock to be set like that or set like that, well, you know, you can do it. There it is. It adjusts. So I'm going to put this back to where I had it. 3, 4. And there's the screw. And again, not a set screw. It is a clamp. You're clamping to the piece. And it's very easy to put on there. And it doesn't, like, you know, I haven't noticed like when you start to tighten it and it moves it around a little bit. That's not the case here. Let me fix this real fast. Sorry, just a little off. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist if you've met me. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. And 1. And another thing I really liked was that the marks, a little tick marks on here, are a little bigger than the other one. And much easier on my old eyes to see where we're adjusted. So that's that. I'm going to leave the comb off one more step here, because if I go here, this is the adjustment for the, let me see if I can grab it right there. Okay, this is the adjustment for the length of pull. And then right here, if you can see it, this is the adjustment and the markings for the canting of the gun. Okay, so if I go here and loosen these guys, both of these, this is two adjustments in one setting kind of thing. So once I get this loosened, which there it is, I can adjust the cant of this gun anywhere I want. Okay, to ridiculous amounts. Okay, so that's good. And length of pull. So if I pull this out, you can see where the pipe ends. So probably right about there would be, you got full, capture of the pipe with the clamp here, clamping action of the screws, right? So I don't know what length of pull that is, but that's probably about 17 inches, and I'm just guessing. I don't have a tape measure handy. I know that I measured Sam's, and I think his is about 14 and a half inches. I do have to get a better measurement on that, but that's right about there. So you can see where the trigger is to the end of the butt pad, and that's the length of pull. You can go all the way in, right? The other great thing is, if your gun is not balanced properly, it's a hindrance, and you have all these balancing weights. Sam's was quite a bit heavy in the front, so we put in, there's another one in there, but you just take, and these come with it. These are part of the package. You just put them in. You give it a little turn to wedge it out. If you can see, it's basically just, here's your pivot point, and it wedges out as you screw that in. And there you go. So we were able to get a perfect balance on Sam's gun. To be honest with you, I'm probably a little negligent there as a coach. Balance was, it was close. Wasn't perfect, but now it is. Bring this in to where he had it, right? I'm gonna put it where he had it with the canting function, because he does have a little cant. 1, 2. There's those old eyes again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's it, and that's it. So I'm gonna give it a little tighten. And again, I cannot stress enough how much I love that everything is clamped, because I do tend to turn screws a little tighter than they probably should be, because I don't want it to slip, that kind of thing. And no problem on this thing. There's no marring, no effective future adjustments, that kind of stuff. So all good there. You have your adjustment for your the pitch of the butt, right here. Loosen those guys up, and you can do whatever you want. Just fantastic range of motion. I'm gonna put him back where he likes it. There you go. These guys right here on the outside, they do this. So the little pads on the end, loosen those up, and you can move those around, right? If you could see right in here, I'm going to see if I can raise this up. See the little block inside there? Okay. That's the clamp on the other side of this pad. Again, no stop pins or anything. So this wedges that into position angled wise, right? This way instead of flat or whatever. And then this guy right here, you access through the butt pad. I'm actually on it right now, but I'm not going to change this, only because, and I don't know how they could have done a better job, to be honest with you, but these aren't quite as exact. There's no markings on the other side or anything, so I don't want to mess with that at all for Sam's sake. This one is basically in line, and then this one is angled. If you can see it. There you go. I think you can see it there. But there's an angle. So, that is about it. So far, I'm going to put this back on while I'm talking. So far, we haven't found anything yet that we really dislike about this. I mean, there's a lot of others on the market. A mechanical stock is, if you like them, they're great. If you don't like them, then, you do your own thing. The one of the things I really did like, you saw the adjustment of the length of pull and how easy that was. Let me get this on here first. Okay. I had a little bit of movement when I did that, which is normal. Like I said, I don't know how they could have done better. Okay, now it's not moving at all. All right, so these two screws adjust your length of pull. And let's see if you can see that all right. You can see it well enough. So he's shooting in Michigan for college. Well, this is his length of pull when he's wearing a t-shirt. So what happens when he has to put on a jacket? Well, if you go like this, and you go like this, and you move it in, there's winter shooting that quick. Because when you put on layers of clothing, you change your effective length of pull, your actual what's the word I'm looking for? Your functional length of pull changes because you put layers of clothes on. Well, you can make up for that with an ability to change your length of pull in a moment's notice. Now, don't get in the habit of trying to, fix everything again. That's with your movements or adjustments on the gun. I'm just making sure the cant was adjusted properly. You know, but if you think smart, you can use these adjustments to enhance your game so that when you put on a sweatshirt, you don't drop two birds because you're not used to the different, you know, functional length of pull. So that is the shoot off stock. So far we love it. Oh, one more thing. If you're not familiar with these kind of things, the shoot off stock comes from the wood. This wood comes with the stock. So the wood here, all the way back to the butt pad, that's what you get when you buy it. And that's the same with most, all the mechanical stocks I've seen. And the pistol grip is a nice advantage, I think. Sam really likes it. He had been shooting with this traditional stock, wooden stock before, and the last mechanical stock had a pistol grip, and it took a little getting used to, but once he got used to it, really liked it. And when you buy it, they will, you know, do some measurements on you and have you do some measurements on your hands and stuff like that. But basically, without getting like a custom fit, these grips come in like a small, medium, and large for your pistol grip. But that's it. And this is on a Krieghoff K80, and they make these for whatever brand you have. They'll make you one. So, all right. Thanks for listening. Hope it helped.